The title of this video might seem harsh, but understanding is all about perspective, right? Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Ebube. Just in case you're joining us for the first time, I make videos where I teach and share about body, mind, soul hacks, and make all kinds of interesting vlogs. And now living alone in my 20s. To give you some more background, I have been opportune to live with persons for some years of my life, and now I am able to live alone in my own apartment. Honestly, the experience has been beautiful. I can say that I absolutely 100% prefer to live alone, even though I was sulky about moving to live alone earlier because of missing human company and all of that. But trust me, you will get so comfortable that you wouldn't even want to have anyone around, and I am all up for that experience. So grab a glass and let's cheers to all the benefits of staying alone that I have begun seeing. Moving out from when you live with someone can feel like moving out from your comfort zone, but not that kind of comfort that feels like peace. I mean, the unhealthy comfort where you are surrounded with people and you're less bored, you get to gist away and distract yourself from life happenings. Every second counts to achieve a record of life achievements. So precisely, this is a case where the house or the apartment where you live in with someone is being owned by the person. So basically, you are accommodated by that person. It could be, a family or a friend. So living alone, you're constantly thinking of what more to do because you've got the next rent to pay and you've got your personal development to build, to focus on. When you're living alone now, I am thinking, what business can I finally hold on to, build, and be consistent at it? I've started thinking of businesses that I can actually start within this short space of moving because I have the time, the apartment space and everything all to myself. So I don't have much limitations anymore. So as I have my space now, which I pay for, I can decide to live in here 5 years, 10 years. Now it's enabling me to start thinking of something long lasting that I can start and build around this vicinity. Should I call it a motivation? Living and moving in to live alone is actually a very heavy motivation that I never saw till I started getting the nudge to move out. I knew that was the best thing for me to do. The personal development that was going to come in after I move in to live alone was going to be massive. Like staying with someone where it's not your family home, so you don't even know how long you are staying with them for. That will kind of like slow down your assertiveness and your motivation in starting something physical around that vicinity. If you are business minded because of the fear of abandonment or investing your all into something that has high chances of not lasting, or just imagine that you are in a chaotic living environment, you are so going to be destabilized, aren't you? So that stability that comes with living alone is very paramount in generating brilliant ideas in your thought process, in coming up with ideas for your life that you can literally see yourself grow into making millions. You mostly picture stability when you live alone, but equally, you can make money even if you're not living alone at the moment. I'm sure some of you are making it. I did too, but there is more to it basically. When you get that nudge in your spirit that it's time for you to move out to live alone, it could be time for you to get to your promised land. So you need to start working on it. Honestly, your productivity might start declining around that time. Very important to note, I didn't have all the money that I could have in this world when I moved, but I considered living alone a priority. So very important, you have to consider it a priority in your life at that time. I had the rent, so I took the step. Everyone needs an environment that boosts their productivity, even if you have your own home. Be watchful whenever you let people in because they can either boost your zeal for the grind or while away your time, especially if you are still in the thoughts and idea development phase of your life. Don't enjoy company so much that you only then get to gist and forget that time cannot be made back. But whilst on the other hand, when you are living alone, you are left alone to brainstorm without any interruption or distraction. So that's it for point number one. Before we get into the second benefit of living alone, did you respond to the call to action to subscribe? Please do so and turn on the bell notification beside it so that you, of course, will get to see more of me. So as a creative, I have seen this step that I have taken to live alone help me, or is actually already helping me in my creative career. There are a lot of content that I can film around my house, centered around my living alone, vlogs, etc., etc. So that kind of content will provide additional consistency to my creativity. So I've got my space and the whole space around me to exploit my creativity. If you're a creator, you would definitely love living alone. Third importance, as a lady, I would advise that you live alone before you get married. If you are opportune to do so, do so. I used to dispute the relevance of this earlier. So I'm really sorry if I argued with you on this anytime in the past. I'm sorry, I'm a changed person now. I see it, I get it. Look, there is a level of respect it puts on your name when men come around you and see that you are established on your own. You are comfortable and in your own space. Other than the opposite, which is staying with someone, which men kind of get to perceive that you are incapable, to establish yourself, or you're probably just waiting around for a man to give you that needed stability, which may be a wrong way for anyone to think. Honestly, I do not understand the logic behind it, but trust me, that's the way they perceive it, and there is barely anything that we can do about it. Men love it when a lady is already taking care of herself before he met her. When you tell a guy that you live in your own apartment, some are so unable to hide the surprise, and one thing that is left in their mind is, oh wow, she must be really good in her game. And honestly, that feels good and that's quite respectable, because you can't not be a hustler and want to live alone. How do you pay rent? Honestly, when you start living alone, your mind will be more fixated on things that are very important, such as, how do I better my life? What's the next thing for me in life, other than just thinking of when someone's son is going to come and marry you? The peace to living alone is heavenly, is blissful. The peace to having your space to yourself within your full control is unmatched. That's the fourth importance of living alone. There is nothing to tolerate from anyone, which in this case is your accommodator. You're not going to have to deal with having to interpret some weird actions as, is it that I am no longer welcomed here, or stuff like that. Another aspect of importance is that when you separate yourself, you will be less influenced by the way of life of the people around your space. So this can affect our spiritual life if you have to look at it in that angle, because the honest truth is that people can either drag us back spiritually, especially ones without the Holy Spirit, or people can aid in our spiritual growth. On the opposite hand, you could be unlucky if you're dealing with the former. When you have that nudge in your spirit to separate, sometimes, most of the times, you have to look into it 100%, because God might just be trying to separate you for a greater cause. Just like the story of Joseph in the Bible, God will channel every force of nature that is beyond your control to see that you detach. A little still on being less influenced when you actually live alone. You get to plan your life your own way and follow it heads on. Lastly is the comfort. The comfort is beautiful. You get to arrange everything around you and in your space the way you want to. You get to appear or behave however you want to in your home. If you're at home, you can choose to be dressed or not dressed. You can decide to leave the AC on and decide on when to turn it off. Things like that. Basically, you've got no one around you to consider or compromise your comfort for. So comfort cannot be overemphasized. We have come to the end of this video. Final words. Don't jump the line. Don't become unsettled from this. But of course, you need to be inspired and see the beauty of what God has planned out for you. Keep grinding and you will have all that you should at the right time. Thanks for watching. I do hope that you've subscribed to this channel, and of course, do well to check out my videos. Don't be in a hurry to leave this channel, and I'll see you there. Bye.